Hot and strong. Oh, yeah. What is this? Okay, yeah. Give this a traditional 30 to 40 seconds, make sure it's running. Sometimes, guys, I know I talk about it a lot. I don't know if you ever see it because the first 30 seconds, sometimes the live stream will just start over. So I always burn the first like 30 seconds. Hey, Nunya Viz is in the house. Hey, Nunya, how you doing, my friend? Ghost Mode, what's up, Ghost? March Maiden's in the house. Hey, March. Mike, Leanne, Brian, Rod, Brenda Lee, Gonzo, Raul, Kira, Christy, Zombie Chicken, cool name, BC West Coast Girl, Rebecca Blizzard, Robert Gaylor, JT's in the house. Hey, JT, how are you doing, my friend? Joyce Lyons, Tamra, hey, Tam, Victoria, hi, Victoria, Chantel's in the house. Lady Stitch, what up, Lady Stitch? Good to see you. R. Brown, Pam, Betty, Andre, B and C, Great Outdoors Adventures. Hey guys, BC said, B and C says, yo Matt, good to see you, brother. Hey, it's good to see you, friend. Hey to Leanne, Brad, Cindy. All right, cool guys. I can't spend the whole episode naming everybody off as I walk in the door. Don't make me smile. I still have a toothache and it hurts worse when I smile, but that's okay. Because it's all good, right? Everything's gonna be great. Now, antibiotics, as you guys know, the big thing in my life here recently has been that I'm dealing with some dental issues. The antibiotics have taken down the swelling. It's about an eraser size little thing in there right now at the root of the tooth. That's really what bothers me the worst. When I eat, I am still experiencing pain no matter which side I chew on, etc. So I'm basically on bare rations right now. I got 3 days. Third day from now, I'm walking into the dentist office. It's going to be great. There are some emergency places I could go to. They'd probably want to do like an extraction, and I've had them do a filling before, and it wasn't the best ever, right? So since I found a good dental team, I'm sticking with those guys. I'm just going to stick it out. You know, if it was a lot worse, I'd probably work on something else, but I'm going to be all right. I wanted to get on here and just say hey to y'all guys, give you a chance to talk to each other and stuff, check in with you. And I'm probably not going to be here long. I've only got 40% on the phone. If it does power out, that's why. And I don't feel good. I don't have a lot of good energy, you know. Me personally, I don't know if any of y'all guys are the same. Whenever I get into like I'm experiencing pain, I wind up going through all the things in my head that don't work, right? And all the difficulties and roadblocks on the road that I'm trying to travel, I obsess about them rather than seeing the open places and the chance for hope and survival and we'll make it no matter what becomes very small, right? And so, I try and realize that's going to happen and then not let it happen as it does, you know? So things are good. I'm just trying to keep it straight, right? Yeah, what else is going on? It rained really nice here, guys. I started out with a little sprinkling last night. Then this morning, there was a little sprinkling this morning, right, Jamie?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then it built up around like, well, it's 5 or 6-ish. It just started pouring here, which is really great. We're trying to get the lawn nice and strong before the hot season shows up, you know, and fire season too. Y'all guys know we can use as much rain right now as we can possibly get because fire season is always scary here, here in the Okanagan Valley. Huckleberry. Hey, Huckleberry, you get to feel better. Thank you, Huckleberry. Yeah, I'm going to, you know, I just gotta make it is right now the thing. Hey, Rebecca. Rebecca saying hey to Carol. Is Carol in here? Hi, Carol. I don't think I saw you come in, my friend. Joyce to Carol. Tamara, feels good to get some of my right arm hand back. I'll bet, Tamara. Absolutely, my friend. Rebecca saying hey to Huckleberry, BC West Coast Girl. Raining here as well. Really, no kidding. BC West Coast Girl is from British Columbia. So the border is about 5 minutes north of me right here. So they're our neighbors here. Carol Sakula saying hey to Rebecca. Huckleberry, we finally got rain today. Nice, Huckleberry, nice. Hey, thank you, Rebecca. Rebecca's throwing out the P.O. box for the channel and everything. Appreciate you. Huckleberry to Rebecca. Alan, what's up, Alan? It's good to see you, my friend. Hi, Matt and Jamie. Finally caught live. Hope you're well. Nothing worse than a toothache, friend. I know, Alan, of all the injuries, pains, infections, busted bones, everything, the teeth are definitely the worst. I gotta say that toothaches and headaches in my book take like the top two, then the stomach ache, pretty much anything that we attach the word ache to seems to be some of the worst pains. I'm strong, I'm making it through. Like I was saying, man, I got 3 days from now. On the third day I walk in and I get it taken care of, so it's gonna be good. Say shout out to the moderators. I see they're already bouncing some jokers. Oh my goodness. Brian M. How's the Crown Vic doing? Oh, Brian, thanks for asking, bro. Yeah, it's doing really well. Mainly, so it's running well. My mechanic guy is working on his truck right now, and then he can get my my rig in there, the Crown Vic, and get the rear axle bearing fixed. After that, it's pretty sound. Now it needs love, right? Like I need to do axles. I've got my mechanic friend gave me some spark plugs. They're like, I can't even tell you about them right now. They're like really, really good spark plugs. You should see them. They're made out of some kind of I can't remember what he said it was, but it's like beryllium or something. I'm exaggerating, but they're like really great spark plugs, right? And yeah, I'm trying to figure out right now how to paint it. I'm working a lot on cleaning up the interior. It's a mess in there. I'm going to get new fabric for the ceiling part. I want to get some seat covers and everything, go through and clean the whole thing up. And then I think it's going to be really nice. I've put $20 in it. Wait, no, I lie. I've put $40 in it since I've owned it. I haven't driven it much, but I'm told that with like $20, you can get to Omak and back. Omak's like 80. What is it? It's not 80 miles. It's like 50 miles, isn't it? Jamie? Omak's about 50 miles, right?
I believe 40.
40, like 40 miles. So that's like 80 miles on like $20. It's not bad. And then also I went up to Les Schwab today too, Brian, and I checked on tires and everything. Whew, it's going to be expensive. Rubber's not that expensive, but like the rims and stuff, I'm going to have to keep putting money in the cookie jar for a while before I can afford that. I'll probably go with get the rubber and then get the rims later, is what I'm thinking. Pardon me, I know it's rude, but it's so hot and so good. Fred, is that Fred Flintstone? Hey, Fred Flintstone, awesome name. Big fan of your work. Fred Flintstone says, Matt, how are you doing? I'm doing well, Fred. Just doing the life thing. Life in general is really good. It always has the difficulties that we all experience. We have to get through, hopefully learn from, kind of stuff. And that's what I'm dealing with now. For the general most part of it, life is really good, my friend. Pam, Jamie, such great pics. LOL, love it. Yes, Jamie posts some really good pics, doesn't she? I saw the ones today that she posted of the town here. I didn't even see her little bubble, so I didn't know who had posted it. And I saw the picture of the Muriel here in town come up. I'm like, man, that's a really nice picture. I recognize that. I'm like, wait, that's here. And I looked, and it's Jamie's walk. You were on a walk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally cool. Okay, Rebecca talking to Alan. Lived here. Cool emoji. Huckleberry, one of these days I need bear advice. LOL. Really? Okay. All I can really tell you, if I were going to give you some good bear advice, is that you don't have to outrun the bear. You just have to outrun your friend. I'm joking. Never ever run from a bear. That's my main advice. Stand your ground, get taller than them. So bears only rank, they don't look at your feet basically, right? So bears only rank you by where your head goes to theirs. If you get up on top of like a stump, even a hill or something, if you're just taller than the bear and kind of aggressive, you got to kind of mean it, right? That they sense that. They sense the aggression and that you're honestly mean it. And then they weigh you up by who's taller, and they'll typically back down and go away. Of course, mothers with cubs, a mother of any species with babies are the most dangerous. It's just trying to avoid mothers and cubs. Don't run. What else do I have? In general, bears are a lot like bees. Bees smell the endorphins and stuff that our skin lets off and that we breathe out through our mouth. So when we're afraid, our brain pumps certain chemicals into our blood system to help us with our fight or flight response. That sweats out of us and comes out of our breath, and the bees can see that. If they see fear, then they know that you're attackable, basically. And that's essentially how a bear works. They go off of also, besides like smell, of course, they have like physical cues and stuff, like the aggressive postures and all. But yeah, don't get me started. I won't stop. I'll be sitting here telling you all kinds of stuff. With bears, I just keep it real simple, keep it real safe, kind of thing. And if you have any specific questions, just throw them out and let me know. Joshua 33, oh, come on, Joshua, man. What the heck is with that, bro? Hop on in and become part of the conversation, man. You're more than welcome here. Just come on. Fred Flintstone, Chicago in the house. Cool, Fred. Chicago, very cool. I've never been. Liberty says, no, lib tears. Hi, Matt. Stay happy. Life is short. Right on, my friend. I try and always remember that in life. A large part of my philosophy really is looking at my life as if I was 80 or 90 years old. Because let's face it, when I hit 80, I'm not going to be in great shape. I've torn myself up pretty well, right? So it's like, it's the mileage and the years at that point. So I'm 80 years old, not able to do much and anything, and I get to warp back into one random day from the past, right? And I wound up in today, and I would be so happy when I'm old, right? And I'm not able to do stuff, to be in just today. Even if I have a toothache, and so that's kind of how I try and live my life, visualize my life, kind of living backwards or something. I don't know. Richard Woods in the house, guys. Hey, Richard. Richard's a neighbor here, friends. Good evening, Matt. Good evening, Richard. I'm glad to see you, my friend. I hope things are going well out there for you. I haven't run into you in town or anything in a while. I know with spring, though, everybody's been so busy, Carol Shakula, yes, we are not too far apart. Okay, you're talking to somebody else. Shout out to Gypsy. Victoria says, hey, beautiful people, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, Victoria. Yeah, thank you for reminding everybody, and thank you to everybody that reminds everybody. The videos have been getting a lot more likes now that y'all guys have kind of like been reminding people to hit the like button, and it sure helps. The main things that really help as far as the algorithm is the like button and a comment. Shares go a long way. If you've got a friend or something that's into like what we do here on the channel and everything, sharing it with somebody is awesome too. I think that when that happens, the algorithm actually boosts a little bit more. I don't really know how it works. I've been doing this about 5 years, and I find that it's hard to tell with YouTube what the algorithm likes and doesn't like sometimes. I do these little experiments too. Sometimes I'll make a video about a certain subject, right? Just to see like the solid golds, y'all guys who have been here forever, or y'all guys who have just joined and like you just totally fit, right? You're locked in, right? But I've noticed that when I do certain topics and stuff, I don't get the news, the new people and stuff as often popping in and everything. And I do little science experiments like that and then see what topics, if I do talk about them, right? The problem is that I'm always just keep all my stuff straight and real though, right? So it's like, I can't experiment back and forth too much. because of authenticity's sake, you know. But it is neat. My brain's always categorized in one of those ways where like I categorize the little bitty things and I make kind of like science experiments out of them to see what like the math and the numbers of effects, you know, cause and effect kind of stuff, if that makes any sense. I don't know how I get into talking about some of the things I start talking to y'all guys about though sometimes.
Can you explain
to
Javon Marriott that you have a lot of people out there that pretend to be you and
yes,
a lot of fake accounts?
Absolutely. Javon Marriott, hello my friend. No, if you're following anybody else on any other platform or on any other channel, it's an impersonator. There are lots of people that throughout the years have started to be able to make money by impersonating me and by scamming people on the internet. A lot of them get really involved about it. They'll actually contact people and try and collect money in my name and stuff. I've tried to shut them down. I've reported them. It's a massive issue. Others, they make money just off of the clicks and views. So they'll start like a channel pretending to be me and then they'll get it monetized and then they start collecting that revenue. They go so far as copying my videos and stuff, posting them as if they were me. It's really bad. And so like if you're, especially on Facebook, you'll never ever find me on Facebook. But there are a lot of them out there claiming to be me on Facebook. So this is my only channel and my only internet platform right now. I'm going to branch out later. I used to have an Instagram. I lost it because I trusted somebody that I thought was a friend and they hacked me while my computer and my setup was open and exposed. So I wound up losing that Instagram. So I'm only on here now. When I do spread out, I'll let y'all guys know. I don't know when or if I'll get back on Instagram. I'm looking for another place like this to share other kinds of videos and stuff because my channel, we cover so many different topics. We're like a talk show, a DJ show, and an adventure show all wrapped into one. So anything else that I really want to do, I'm trying to find another platform to do it on, kind of diversify, and then it keeps this channel from getting all cluttered at the same time, you know? Yeah, but this is our only channel. When I say ours, I mean us. That's it. Y'all guys know I always talk about the we, and the we is us. Huckleberry. I started on YouTube by going after scammers and grifters like that. Now it's more country live stuff. It's crazy what links people go to. Right on, Huckleberry, right on. I've wanted to start so I've got a lot of hopes and dreams. So I've wanted to start a thing that like tracks down these false profiles and pretenders and stuff and like finds a way to close them down and all. If in the future you have any like tips or hints on like how to close down a fake person or a fake account, I would definitely like to know, please. Rebecca. Okay, yep, I gotcha. Bob, what's up, Bob? Bob runs a ham radio, guys. Hey, Bob. Hello. I'm not sure what that means. I know it's is that a code or something? KE7CK. And that's another thing. I found my my CB radio yesterday, guys. I was cleaning out through my trailer. Michael gave me a CB radio, almost like almost 2 years ago now. And I haven't had any way to hook it up. I got to get an antenna and everything. So I'm going to get that hooked up pretty soon. It'll be nice going up and down the grade like Bob's reminded me in the past, because then I'll know what the logging trucks are doing. They always call out every mile what they're doing and everything. And so it'll be much safer going up like the grade and these logging roads and stuff when I don't know if they're active or not. Marcia.
Barb was asking how many bear encounters have you had?
Bear encounters? Oh, how many bear encounters have I had? I couldn't number them. I grew up around bears and stuff. And so like some of my earliest memories actually are like standoffs with bears. One of my earliest memories, we're walking down a beach. We had just had a picnic We had a 16-foot Lund. It was maybe a, what do you call it, American football field away on the beach, and we were traveling back to it where a giant, it was a brown bear, I think. It could have been a grizz. I can't remember what it looked like, really. I was that young. But this big old bear, I think it was probably a grizz, came down and got in between us and the boat. And my dad had his odd 6 at that time, was really the only weapon he had, right? And we're walking along, we're trying to get to the boat. He's standing off the bear, and he stops all of a sudden. And this just spells my life. He stops all of a sudden, and I'm staring at the bear right behind him, and I keep walking, and the butt of his odd 6 hits me right in the eye. And I'm like, yeah. But I've just had so many bear encounters, like, even younger, sleeping out in the forest and stuff, hearing the bears scratch on the side of the tent. That was, yeah. Lots of times I've turned around and they're just standing there. One of the worst ones ever was, we lived in, I say Haines, it wasn't Haines. It was about 30 miles outside of Haines. So there's a little place called Mosquito Lake, about 26 miles from Haines, Alaska. And then we lived about 6 miles out in the bush further than that. And we had a couple bear dogs. Our main bear dog was a dog named Bronner. I've told stories about him before. He was on the chain because it was bear season and we didn't want him to get killed. He'd try and chase bears off no matter where they were. He thought to himself he had like a 10-mile range, so he was going to protect that whole 10 miles. So during bear season, we'd put him on a chain when he wasn't inside. And so one day I looked out the window and he's all tangled up and everything. You know how sometimes those little clasps that keep them from tangling just catch or something? That's what happened. And Bronner gotten twisted up a bit. So I went outside. I walked up to him. I looked around. I walked up to him. I kind of put him between my legs and everything so I can get to the chain. I'm trying to untwist it. He's got really long hair, so it's like in there giving us some problems. He's staring at me. He's like, hurr, hurr, hurr. He wasn't really aggressive, but Bronner talked by growling. He was like the clean on of dogs, kind of, right? And he's just looking at me, and I'm like, I know, I'm trying, hold still, dang it, and all this. I finally get him fixed, and I turn around and look, and not 5 feet away, there is a giant brown bear standing there just watching him and I. I turn around, look at the bear. I look down at Bronner. Bronner was looking at me. He looks over at the bear. He looks back at me, and then he starts to charge the bear. And now he's off the chain, right? So, like, I grabbed his fur, and he hit my arm hard enough that he, like, drugged me a little bit. And I pulled him into the house and closed the door and everything. And we all watched the bear keep on going and all. But that was creepy. Turn around, it's like maybe 10, 12 foot away, you know, because that's how you get pounced. I've had friends that actually got torn up and mauled and stuff. And so, like, for me, it's a real life experience, you know. So, yeah, just lots of bear encounters. Good times. Marcia, hola Marcia, ¿cómo estás esta noche, mi amiga? Darth Vader's in the house. What up, Darth? You're the best, Matt. Love this show. Thanks, Darth. Hoorah. I'm glad you could make it. I'm still way behind y'all. I'm going to skip down to the bottom now, guys. Okay, here we are. Cynthia, are you doing a music stream tomorrow night? Yes, Cynthia, we're thinking about it. It depends on how my tooth feels and how the day goes. I will give y'all guys a update on a short, though, tomorrow to let you know for sure. I really want to. Jamie, you're into it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, cool. Yeah, if I feel up to it. Hey, Lori Bell, how are you, my friend? BC West Coast Girl says, was camping a few years ago and moms and baby bear were wandering in the campsite in middle of the night. Baby walked on a picnic table. Mama lapping up oil we forgot to put away. Yeah, it's best to let her have it. Absolutely. And I wouldn't go shoo that baby off with a broom either. Aren't they beautiful? They really are. The babies are so cute, you know?
Say hi to Maui, and he was asking about your tattoo on your hand.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Hey, Maui. Shout out to a friend named Maui out there. How you doing? This is a Wolverine tattoo. This is actually for Wolverine. I've had it done twice. for all kinds of different reasons, you know, that I won't bore you with. But I like the Wolverine, the animal, because they're small but they're fierce. You know, they prove that attitude is really the way to conquer everything. You know, that if you got the bad enough attitude and you can back it up, it doesn't matter how big the bear or the obstacle might be. Also, I'm a heavy comic book fan, and so you know the character of Wolverine kind of backs up the animal of Wolverine, and yeah, so that's my Wolverine tattoo right there. I need to get it touched up again. It was originally just the smaller slices where the claws come out. And then when I had it done after I got out of rehab, that was that. Yes. I had it extended back, kind of like it was bone claws. I guess I will bore you with the whole story. Originally, in my addiction and my alcoholism, I felt as if I had stopped healing, right? Like Wolverine heals super fast. I felt like I had stopped. And so I got the tattoo, and it was basically like Wolverine, because I stopped healing, now there are the scars of where the claws come out, right? I always said, but I still had this hand. Well, after I got my life kind of back together and everything, I visualized my story as if the bone claws had grown back. So instead of being like the anium claws, which are all thin and like razor-like, this is like bone claws, right? And yeah, like I said, a long story. I know it's boring and all, but thank you for asking, as a matter of fact, my friend. Jenny is in the house. How are you doing, Jenny? Hey. Jenny's saying hey to everybody. Everybody's saying hey to Jenny. Hurra, I see a lot of hearts going up. Cynthia, Matt, what was your craziest encounter with a fan? Maybe a autograph, anything stand out? Cynthia, I will tell you that especially during the business, yeah, there were some crazy people. I can't even give you some of the craziest stories. I think some of them, I think I'll just tell you like some of the scariest stories are kind of like when you're driving on your car, right? You ever do this? It's a big turn and like something goes wrong. Maybe a deer runs out. Maybe something just goes wrong. And we get way too close to that edge and then zoop back on and we're just fine, right? But thinking about it a few miles down the road, it's like, well, that was a close one, right? I've had a few encounters like that. And so like, it's really big dudes being like, hey, come sign an autograph for my wife. She's right over here in the car, right? And just like, there've been some crazy stuff. For the most part, everybody I've met were all really cool. It seems like the show attracted a bunch of people from all kinds of different walks of life that we all could relate in certain ways. And so I've met a lot of crazy people, but most of the crazy people were, like I like to say, crazy like me. You know, we're independently crazy, but we're not like psychotic crazy, you know? Just what was that? Somebody once gave me the best compliment. Eccentric. Let's just say I've met a lot of eccentric people, right? Yeah, good people, every one of them too, I'll tell you. That's what I like about this channel too, is like it kind of took what the show had and like focused it kind of, right? You know, it's hard to describe. It's really cool. This is my favorite. I loved doing the show and all, and that's where I got my education. I met a lot of nice people who helped me in so many ways. You know, they gave me the education that they had worked so hard for, and I was able to learn it. At the same time, I'm able to express that and celebrate that time by what I do here. And this being my own production and something that we've built together is more fulfilling to me, if that makes sense, you know? Jenny saying hey to Faith. Rebecca saying hey to Faith. Sherry, hey Sherry. Sherry saying hey to Joy. Joy saying hey to Faith. See, I love this. Y'all guys are, I won't bore you. I know I say it every single time, but y'all guys are like friends. You're in each other's lives. You know each other. That's why sometimes I feel compelled, even on days where I'm not feeling it, to get on here, just so that y'all guys have the chat down here so that you can talk to each other, you know? That's something cool we started. That's what I like about Music Madness too, honestly. there's a lot less lip flap. I don't have to sit here and feel like I have to talk to you through the whole thing. You know, we can actually just enjoy each other's company, listen to the music, y'all can talk, you know, it's pretty cool. I hope to do it this Saturday. Honestly, for the past, I don't know, month or so, there've been a lot of things, not all of them negative, but it's kind of slowed me down a little bit in different areas. So I'm hoping that with the end of this tooth and no more real time obligations, that we're going to be able to get back out there and do a lot of our old style adventure stuff and everything. You know, I want to take a lot of what y'all guys have said that you'd like to see and go out and do some of that too. Recently, y'all guys have really helped support the channel also. I want to say that whether it is simply in likes, subscribing, sharing, or in sharing in revenue on through super chats and stuff, that y'all guys have really made the difference, and that I appreciate that. I think that because of your participation and because the fact I've got my life a little bit more squared away, that we might be able to expand a little bit more and have more adventures and do more unique things, you know, instead of just doing always the same thing over and over. Basically, you know, it gives us options, right? Yeah. It's weird to talk about because there's so many different facets of what makes this work, you know. Somebody was saying in a comment here not long ago that they missed the picker cabin. It was a beautiful home, wasn't it? I just sat there and I thought about it. I'm like, because for me, I don't miss as much as I celebrate it. You know what I mean? I can go back in my brain and think about those, I think, 3 years that I spent on that beautiful orchard and all the healing and self-growth and all the people, y'all guys, you know, that I've met along the way and everything. And it's definitely a time to celebrate. It was a good time of my life. So I want to get up to. We got him in the cabin this year. I hope y'all guys are ready to go in and help me figure it out, or us struggle through not knowing what we are doing. Let's face it, we'll be walking down to talk to the legend probably quite often. Be like, well, I just ran into this problem. What do you think? You know, yeah. I know my buddies, the red truck guys, were all out in force the other day. It was so cool. Those guys do such a good job. They're the one of the forestry services here, for y'all guys that don't know. But I love this time of year because everybody is just such a bustle and everybody's so happy. You know, it's like you pass these guys and they're just waving. Yeah. And then town life is good. Oh, yeah. I'm now, so when I don't feel good, I try and find some way to just zone into something. I've been doing that the past few days, and last night, right before I went to bed, I started zoning in on the display for the stuff that we want to sell down here at the local granola during tourist season or during this season, you know, and that's going to be really cool. I decided to go with something really simple. I've got this, it's probably 4 by 18 inches piece of styrofoam. I'm just going to find a way that I can put lights through that so that it kind of like illuminates whatever we're selling on the board. And I'm going to use a trick that I discovered a few years ago. You can take, I'll show you guys, you can take a plastic fork, like a clear plastic fork, and then with a lighter or a candle, you can stretch that plastic and you can kind of shape it in different ways. Then if you take that, if you want to get fancy, use black, flat black spray paint. Cover the tip of the fork, one of the tips, and then cover the bottom with tape, and then spray paint the whole thing black. Take that tape off of there, and then you've got those 2 exposed ends. If you put one end of that onto a light and seal that and turn on the light, it's a fiber optic. So the light will travel all the way through it, no matter what its shape is, and come out at the very end like a perfect little pinpoint dot, right? And I want to hook some of those up in there to kind of like illuminate stuff that we're going to be selling. And that'll just be trinkets and stuff. I'm going to do spoon rings for sure. There's a nice place in Tenasket I found I can get a lot of good spoons. And then maybe some cool rocks and stuff I found out on adventures. I've got a little Dremel tool. I could also, like, so some of my antler or something, Dremel, some like, oh, what's this telling me? Got 10% battery. Yeah. So, but anyway, Dremel like little figurines or castle scenes or something like that. And it's not just about being able to find another source of revenue. It's something that I enjoy doing at the same time. So it's cool to be able to mix those things, you know. And then Jamie's going to have her own side of it. She does these really cool bracelets that she makes. Jamie, are you wearing one of your bracelets?
Yeah.
Would you mind showing everybody? Cool.
This one's just beaded though.
Okay. She does really good. Which one? Oh, yeah, there you go. This one here, guys. That's really pretty, Jamie. I hadn't seen that one yet. And then she also does the clasp knot. So I don't know if you can see this, but it's the way that she ties it so that you can pull on those. Are they? Yeah. Okay. There you go. There. Nice. You got it.
So it's adjustable.
Yeah. And so that'll be cool too. That's kind of what we're figuring. With 10% battery, I better let you go, guys. Hey, we got 101 people in here and 101 likes. Shout out to everybody. Oh, see, it doesn't hurt every time I smile. It's just this one certain way, something my lip does or something. I don't know. You know, we've all got our struggles, though, right, guys? Thank you, Rebecca. Hurra. Mayo, how can I get rings and bracelets? Oh, that's an interesting question, my friend. Well, we've talked in the channel here, have talked about doing like an Etsy or something in the past, but I wasn't even thinking about doing like an internet thing or something. We might look into that. Yeah. There we go. Also, I'm thinking about, just to run it past y'all guys real quick before I go, thinking about doing a, what do you call that? It's a Patreon account. It's where people can donate without having to use the super thanks feature, basically. So all of the revenue would go into the channel, essentially. In the beginning years of what we've done here on the channel, my main focus has been making sure that we don't take revenue from somebody that needs it or could use it somewhere else. And the other half of that has been trying to be successful and stand on my own. Prove that I'm not just the guy looking for everybody else to set him up in life, basically. Prove that I have the capability to continue moving forward no matter what, and that I will work for what I have and what I want, basically. And I feel through a lot of conversations I've had with some of y'all guys and stuff, and just my own feelings, that it might be all right to go ahead and accept help in certain areas, you know, especially if it's something like just supporting the mission, the adventures, you know, that kind of stuff. Let me know what you think. I know, like I said, a lot of y'all guys have said a long time ago, go for it. But I always run stuff past y'all guys. I try and let you know what I'm feeling about things, you know, and no, feeling a certain way doesn't justify a certain behavior either. You know, that's why I always say that when I feel a certain way, I always try and take note of that and what I want to do about it, and then wait till I don't feel that way to make my decision, you know. But it does feel like we've been semi-successful in proving that the money's not what this is about, right? The money is just how we get to go up to the mountain together. And maybe we get to spread out a little bit more too in the future, you know? There's no telling what the future holds for us as adventurers, you know? Oh, check out, I don't know how many of y'all guys know, Jimmy Dudley, right? You can go back, find one of his videos. I can't tag people here still for some reason. Jimmy Dudley has started his own music show, as a matter of fact. Really, really cool. I've been able to join it once for a couple minutes because Jimmy and I are on totally opposite schedules. But go check that out. It's Radioactive Radio, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, and it plays, though, like I play Music Madness. It's just on his normal channel. So if y'all guys are interested, check that out.
I don't think he has any set day and time either.
No? Okay, he's totally random. Okay, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification button so that you know. Hoorah, guys. All right. Hey, buddy, Marty B. Oh, Marty B's in the house. What up, Marty? Good night, Matt. Hope you sleep well. Thank you, Joyce. Yep. And with that, I'll turn in, guys. Have a good one. Never give up. Never surrender. Be nice to yourself. There's only one of you. You're important. We need you. So be sure to eat breakfast. Don't have too much caffeine if you're stressed. That won't help anything. And until next time.